In a time when Africa's leaders often face accusations of corruption, dependency on foreign powers, and disconnection from their people, one man has risen with a powerful message of self-reliance, dignity, and resilience. His name is Captain Ibrahim Traore, a young, unassuming military leader who has captured the attention of not only Burkina Faso, but the entire African continent. Captain Traore's ascent to power in Burkina Faso was unconventional, marked by a popular coup in 2022 that challenged an administration seen by many as weak and heavily influenced by foreign powers. But since then, he has shown that his leadership is more than a rebellion. It's a vision, a blueprint for what true African independence and integrity could look like. Born into humble beginnings, Traore grew up surrounded by the landscapes of rural Burkina Faso, among people who live close to the land and embody the resilience that has become his guiding principle. Growing up in these conditions instilled in him a deep sense of duty towards his community, a community often overlooked and undervalued in global conversations. This upbringing shaped his view of leadership, to serve rather than to be served. Traore's entry into the military was fueled by a desire to protect his country from both external threats and internal exploitation. As he rose through the ranks, his leadership style became known for its integrity and humility. Those who served under him saw a man committed to the people, rather than to personal gain. In 2022, Burkina Faso reached a tipping point. The government in power was widely seen as ineffective, unable to address the country's pressing security concerns or lift its people out of poverty. Foreign influence, particularly from former colonial powers, loomed large, fueling resentment among Burkinabe who longed for true sovereignty. In the midst of rising discontent, Traore took a decisive stand. Leading a popular coup, he ousted the ruling government, a move that was both bold and controversial. But to the people of Burkina Faso, this was not just a power grab, it was a promise. Traore's actions signaled the beginning of a new era, one in which the interests of the Burkinabe people would come first. Unlike many leaders who assume power, Traore chose not to distance himself from his people. He rejected the trappings of presidential luxury, keeping his salary as a captain and moving about in a simple military vehicle. These choices were symbolic but powerful. They reinforced his commitment to leading by example, showing his people that he is one of them. Burkina Faso, a country often overshadowed in international discussions, found a leader who was willing to prioritize them, above alliances, above personal enrichment, and above foreign approval. Traore became not just a leader, but a symbol of hope for the ordinary Burkinabe. For years, Burkina Faso has been plagued by extremist violence, much of it spilling over from neighboring Mali and Niger. This instability has devastated communities, displacing families, and threatening livelihoods. Traore understood that securing his country's borders was essential to protecting its people and fostering stability. Captain Traore has adopted a different approach from his predecessors. Rather than relying on foreign troops to maintain security, he has focused on strengthening local forces. This is not just a military strategy, it's a statement. Traore believes that true independence requires Burkina Faso to defend itself. By investing in his own military, he's sending a powerful message. Burkina Faso will not be a client state, it will be a sovereign nation. But Traore's leadership isn't just about defense, it's about building a future for the Burkinabe people. Recently, his government launched the Faso Mayo initiative, a large-scale urban development project aimed at providing affordable housing, improving sanitation, and creating green spaces in cities across Burkina Faso. The Faso Mayo project isn't just a construction initiative, it's a vision for a new Burkina Faso. Traore understands that a country cannot thrive if its citizens lack basic needs like shelter, clean water, and safe living conditions. His government has committed to building thousands of affordable homes, improving urban infrastructure, and ensuring that all Burkinabe have access to a dignified life. Traore's vision of leadership is holistic. He sees development as more than just economic growth. It's about the well-being of every citizen. By investing in sustainable urban spaces, he is redefining what progress means for his country, making Burkina Faso a model for self-reliance and resilience in Africa. In a continent where neocolonialism is still a shadow cast over many nations, Traore's stance on foreign influence is groundbreaking. After years of dependency on foreign powers, particularly France, Traore has taken a firm stand for Burkina Faso's autonomy. One of his most controversial moves was the decision to end France's military presence in Burkina Faso, a move that has resonated deeply across the region. Traore's message was clear: Burkina Faso must be in control of its own destiny. He seeks partnerships based on respect and equality, rather than dependency and control. Captain Traore's leadership is not just about his tenure, it's about inspiring future generations. His example is teaching young Africans that true leadership means putting the people first, prioritizing integrity over self-interest, and embracing African identity and self-reliance. In Burkina Faso, Traore has become a role model for young people, showing them that it is possible to defy the odds and create change. His commitment to his people is a reminder that leadership is about service, about lifting others up rather than elevating oneself. In just a few years, Captain Ibrahim Traore has redefined what it means to lead in Africa. He has shown that true leadership is grounded in humility, resilience, and an unshakable commitment to one's people. He is leading Burkina Faso toward a future of dignity, self-reliance, and pride. A future where the Burkinabe people are authors of their own destiny. As Burkina Faso moves forward, the world is watching. Captain Traore's vision has the potential to reshape not just his country, but inspire a new era of leadership across the African continent.